Hello, this is Tanish Springer, Douglas County Instructional Technology Specialist, and I am going to give you a tour of our digital learning hub using Google Meet. This is the home page of the Digital Learning Hub. You have a table of contents. There is a welcome, giving you the structure of the website, an overview of our digital learning guidance document. You will then see announcements. These announcements are updated daily and sometimes multiple times during the day. There is a folder with flyers and handouts of events that are happening and resources for you to explore. Clicking on the arrow here will enlarge the folder for you so that you can see all of the documents inside. What's happening? You can click here on View to view the enlarged document. The C&I team updates this document with webinars that are available for you and as well as other events that are available. On the left side, you can see the date that the resource was posted. In the middle, the announcements that's being made, and then on the right side, the links that are needed. The next tab is planning. Under planning, there are some success tips, as well as support for where to start with planning for digital learning. So from selecting a platform to planning for instruction, how to assess learning, and using the assessment data as the model to follow when planning for instruction with digital learning. The next tab is resources. Under resources, there is also a table of contents for quick access. You have favorites. We want you to keep in mind the primary sources or primary resources, I should say. There is a section for support from our partners, as well as on-demand professional learning. There are training modules to become a Google educator. I recommend trying these modules out because they take you through authentic experiences with creating assignments and manipulating the different pieces of G Suite. You can choose to take the test at the end to become certified, or you can choose not to, but the training modules are free. There is support for Google Hangouts Meet with some key features as well as some quick guides for you. There's support for Google Classroom. Clicking on this document will give you an overview of how to structure your assignments in Google Classroom. So how to, a couple of success tips, how to choose an activator, and then with clips and structure about different types of assignments that you can put in to engage your students, as well as some support for how to summarize the lessons and how to give feedback to your students as they're learning or going through those learning activities. There are resources that you can search by content area, and we want to keep rigor in mind as we're planning our lessons. So this blurb gives you an overview of how to use this wheel. For this wheel, you would use your standards or your achievement level descriptors, match them to a action word here, and after you take that word, you match it to an activity, and then you choose a technology resource in the outer realm of the wheel that will support making that activity or helping kids to engage in that activity. Then there are resource folders for our district supported resources. Um, so a plethora of things for you to engage in and try. There's also a tech tool resource bank here that can be sorted by category. There's a description as well as websites, links to the websites for you to use. There is also an opportunity to share because sharing is caring. We have a lesson and activity share-a-thon. So if you're finding lessons or you've created lessons, activities, resources, or websites that you want to share out to other teachers in Douglas County, you are able to submit those and view them here. We would also like to hear about what you're doing in our Flipgrid. So you can share out what you're doing with your students, and if you're using any of the resources or ideas from the hub, you can share those as well on our Flipgrid. Next, we have our EduTech Challenge. These are challenges. Each week there are 4 challenges for everyone to engage in, not just teachers, but leaders and anyone that supports the learning process. There's things there's low tech things like how to do a hyperlink, and then there are high tech things like hyperdocs and using Discovery Education. There's support for things like transferring your OneDrive to your Google Drive. Um, just a plethora of resources and things to do. They are organized by weeks, and there are 6 weeks available. However, if there's something in a challenge that, or in a week that you don't need, you can mix and match. But these are basically designed to be micro professional learning opportunities. And then there is Contact Me. So this is my contact information if I can support you. And then there is also an opportunity to give feedback. So if you don't see what you need or what you're looking for, you can give us feedback here about the need that you have. And additionally, if there's something here that has been helpful to you, you can also provide feedback on that. So thank you for joining me for a tour of our Digital Learning Hub.